Sorry, guys. We had some difficulties on the last one. We actually had to go restart some computers and stuff. Tony spilled coffee on things from here. I don't know how he did it.
I don't know how he did it either, being that I have actually juice in this cover cup bottle that you can buy online at backwoodsbrothers.com. Yeah.
Anyways.
Just wanted to throw that out there.
But yeah, guys, sorry about that. We are back on. Sorry for the issues. I blame Tony.
You can blame me because I'm about to go ahead and say you can buy this on. Hey, Jeremy,
just
get a couple of these bottles for. You get one. You get one. You get a bottle.
I've been married long enough. I know better than to blame her.
Ooh, that's why he's blaming me, because he knows better not to blame his
I don't
better half. Okay. All right. As we were.
Beat my butt.
As we were talking about celebrities and cancel culture.
Celebrities wanting to cancel. There you go. Mm-hmm. They want to cancel 4th of July because they're not happy with Roe v. Wade.
Jeremy, how do you feel about that? I mean, being that you throw these awesome, massive, awesome parties celebrating freedom, and how would you like 4th of July just to be canceled because of some type of political gripe, if you will?
Yeah, it's absolutely stupid because they have nothing to do with each other, honestly.
Right.
But the biggest problem with this is the people that are arguing this are completely uneducated. They're like the most uneducated people I've ever seen in my life. Yeah. Because if they have any sort of civics education, they would know that what happened actually gave more power back to the people.
Yeah.
Because instead of making one body make a decision for everybody, they simply said, hey, your freedom that's protected in the Constitution for the people to make the decision of what happens in their area is back to the states. The state's going to make the decision. So if you don't like the way that your state's ran and then the law's there, move to a different state.
Well, here's the thing. If you don't
or vote differently.
Well, I hear what you're saying, and we camped out on this a little bit, so I want to make a little cool transition. You ready for this? If you don't like where you live, you can always move to Mexico because there's lots of people coming up from Mexico to live here because we're free. So there's a whole lot of people, so you can just trade your little self with
exactly.
them.
Hey, I'm still waiting for Whoopi to go to Canada, like I said earlier. So
Canada, and take your dreads with you. Okay.
Yeah. So just because I want to make sure we don't miss this piece, and I don't think we were live earlier when I said it.
Oh, okay.
And this was about the barbecue idea.
Ooh, you better bring that up again.
Okay,
Celebrate.
I'm only going to throw something. I don't want to miss it. I see it. Jeremy says they are welcome to move to England where they originally came from. This is America, and a lot of people died on July 4th, 1776 for freedom.
Yep.
And since then as well.
Yep.
So
well said.
Yeah.
Well said.
Yeah, it's exactly. So they can go to Canada.
Should we send all the complainers to your house?
Yes. Yes. I hear that there's different areas they can go. They can go to Mexico.
Right.
They can go to the ocean.
England. They go to the ocean.
Yeah, they just go that way. Anywhere
that way.
They
can go that
anywhere
way.
out there. Just go on a boat and enjoy yourself. They can go to Canada.
Just go out to the ocean.
Or they can go out to Malala.
Go out to Malala. They have some places for you there. Yes, there you go. Like, oh my goodness.
We're going to send them all to Malala.
Get a grip. Just get a grip. Anyways.
Whoopi's going to come hang out with Jeremy Freedom.
Oh, you don't. You just put it out there. Jared, notice I didn't put that out there.
Hey. Malala is a big town.
There's lots of freedoms in town.
Yes.
Okay.
Well.
All right. Should we just move that bus forward? What about your barbecue thing that you never got to?
Okay. Bring it. I'll fight them all.
What is
sus. U.S. Yes, I got you. Okay.
Yeah. He goes, bring them all in.
Yep. All right. So the barbecue. Okay. So this is the idea I had, guys, and you guys gotta let me know if you're in on it. If you think it's a good idea, I want to see about doing an event maybe later on this year, and we'll get some good sponsorships hopefully. And what we'll do is it's going to be a barbecue and chili cook-off contest with some good, and there'll be different areas like judged, for example, like barbecue, like maybe pork, and it'll be like barbecue beef style, like barbecue sauces, chilies, different areas. We'll set some grounds for that. All the big barbecue companies in there can come do it, and I mean, basically, we'll get some really good sponsors in there and see what we can really get some good stuff going, and then there'll be a good contest, and they'll get a chance to kind of really bring the barbecue together and bring multiple areas together. We'll host it here in Estacada, but hopefully bring all the big barbecuers from the area out to our location.
Okay.
What do you guys think about that? Would you guys want to see a good like barbecue and chili cook-off hosted by Backwoods Brothers?
If you would, give us a thumbs up. Give us some ideas.
Oh, how about more thumbs up? How about we give some comments?
Comments, and like, share, subscribe. But
yes.
yeah, a barbecue. That would be really fun.
It would be a lot of fun. We could do a live show right there. We'll do it like on a Wednesday night.
Deal.
Or something. You had me at food.
You had me at food? Who said that?
It looks like I think Jim Moriarty. I need to change the color.
Jim, you had him at food. Hey, Jim! Good to see you.
Yep, I see a couple other thumbs
up.
Hey,
we can mention your name because your names are scrolling up the screen. So there you go.
In fact, I think I know a great business right here in town that would love to probably host that.
Well, you know what? I'm thinking so too. Is that about that time already? Man, well, it's about that time to display to you real fast Hitch and Post Pizza, the best pizza around in Estacada. I can tell you that. Fun for the whole family. Val, we love you and watch this. Hey, we just realized that you are watching Mama Val, and we're so glad that you are. And so that's why we wanted to throw up your business up there, because not only is it a great business, but it's been here for a long time. It's tried and true, and it's fun for the whole family. So
exactly. So someone here says Backwoods barbecue, chili cook-off. Woohoo! I think you should host it somewhere with a lot of space. Okay, so I think there's lots of space over at...
Did he say because people will be farting everywhere? So
no.
They need lots of space, Joel.
What do you mean farting at barbecues?
But it's a bean dip.
If you have beans, maybe a bean portion of it.
Yeah, that's why you need lots of space.
And we lost our comments. I don't know what the comments are.
Because I said the word
There were some good comments on there, but I don't know what they are anymore.
Dang it!
Oh, they came back.
Hallelujah.
Hey,
okay.
They are finding the more you vaccinated, the more you're likely are to get corona. Ooh, okay. Someone said Timber Park. That's a good one.
Oh, wow. Timber Park.
And Valerie's giving us a bunch of laughing cry faces. Hey, that is way easier to see now. Thank you so much, a producer. That is really big right there.
That's big. The bigger, the better for you. Okay. Obviously, I have to pull you out of the depths of despair because you like androids. So, yeah. I mean, there's lots of people. So, did you hear about the invasion piece that is coming? Some governors of states that are border states.
Well, honestly, I heard about the invasion of the White House.
Invasion of the White House.
Yeah, they let some airhead moron in there.
Oh, that's old news. Oh, okay. Speaking of old. But yeah, that's old news. I mean, seriously, what is he not doing now?
That's exactly the problem. He's not doing anything. He's not running the country.
He's just not running the country.
He's too busy riding bikes and eating ice cream.
Yeah, yep. But no, I was watching.
Hey, if I couldn't get a brain freeze either, I would eat all the ice cream I could.
I got what he totally said. He basically said he doesn't have a brain.
What? Crickets?
I totally got that. My goodness. Anyway, I'm trying to start us off on a conversation. Help me, Seymour. Help me.
There you go.
What is it?
Scientists found that vulnerable people in communities of color are disproportionately exposed to air pollution from fireworks celebrations.
Oh, wow. So disproportionately vulnerable to air pollution.
Hey, fireworks are racist, man.
Does the pollution just linger, the air from the fireworks just linger over the hood? Just lingers over the hood.
Apparently, this thing's always lingering over the black community.
On the black community. I lived in Southeast Washington, D.C., and we always had things lingering over the city. Usually self-imposed, but that's okay.
The only thing I see lingering over the black community are all the Democrats trying to force them how to vote and tell them how to vote. That's one thing I see lingering
and tell a bunch of black people that you are vulnerable and you're a victim and you're in despair. That is exactly the selling point. This is exactly the selling point. They're not going to do anything about crime in Chicago. You know why?
Because it helps them to keep them in where the people where they want.
Right. No.
It's like the gun. It's like the whole gun argument. It's the dumbest argument in the world. I mean, they're trying to use what happened in Uvalde as a political move for gun control. honestly, if you want gun control, teach everybody how to use one properly. No, the real problem is that it's not the people that are following the laws that need the gun controls. You need people to enforce the actual laws on the books.
Yes.
If you had
enforce your red flag laws. What with this last
not even red flag. Like, honestly, red flag laws are there, but I'm really 50-50 on red flag laws because they violate people's constitutional rights. There needs to be more to the red flag.
It does need to be more to.
If you want to make a law, fix the red flag laws as it is. If someone comes to a judge and says, "Hey, I think Tony is a danger because he farts sideways and he should take his guns away." I don't know.
We're really on this farting thing. We're not farting around. We're not farting around, guys.
Fiddle farting around.
Keep going. I like your train of thought.
Anyway, what's up?
I was just gonna say, don't forget your videos on here.
Are we no about not videos?
Not videos. There's a video.
Yes, thank you. The voice in my ears. I keep hearing this voice in my head. It just pops up again.
I like the way you did that. Anyways, go ahead. Go ahead. You have a good point. Here's a good point.
So if someone comes and says, "Hey, I think Tanya over here is having an issue, and he should have his guns taken away," then there needs to be like 3 other independent witnesses.
Come here. Stop. Oh! Call me Will Smith.
I was gonna be smooth. And
Jada told me to do it. Okay, go ahead.
Anyways.
Okay, guys.
So
back to business. Go ahead.
But yeah, they should have like 3 different people come in and like be able to give like testimony, but they have to be like disconnected or like have a mental health care professional.
Yeah.
Something with some actual evidence to show it and not just an accusation.
These mass shootings that we're having right now are in states that have strict gun laws. Mm-hmm. The last one that just happened this last week in Chicago has strict gun laws.
Some of the strictest in the country.
Yes.
But the problem is they don't enforce them. The government needs to enforce the laws that are on the books, and maybe they might actually have an effect. But the problem is they don't want gun controls. They want guns taken.
Yeah. Well, and they're capitalizing off of chaos. They say the Republican Party, we love chaos. No, they love chaos.
Yeah, they love chaos because they like to use that chaos in order to try to push their agenda.
Yes.
I mean, it's absolutely disgusting that there hadn't even been like 24 hours since the Uvalde shooting before they started talking about gun controls.
Yep. Well, it wasn't even 20. Kamala Harris came down and gave some half-wit speech about...
Well, here's the thing.
That was pretty crazy, actually.
Knew what happened there. There was a video that was the security video that was released quite a while back where the police officers sat in the hall for an hour while the gunman was...
Oh, you're talking about Uvalde. I'm talking about... there have been so many mass shootings. I'm talking about the one that just happened in Chicago. But Uvalde...
Yeah, same with that. They didn't wait even a few hours before they started pushing the gun control issues on it. Yeah,
Kamala Harris was managing to walk down the streets of that.
It's not gun control. It's leadership issues.
Yeah.
Leadership is not forcing them to enforce the laws. Mm-hmm. Enforce the laws.
Yeah.
As simple as that. If you break the law, you deserve to have the penalty that goes along with that enforced upon you.
He's the last shooter was planning this. It was out for people to see. I don't know where people are missing this.
It looks like Brandy said it wasn't even 20 minutes before they started talking about gun control.
Wasn't even 20 minutes. You're talking about the current shooting?
I'm talking about all of them. It takes them 5 seconds to jump in board and start going gun control.
There's that voice in my head again.
Oh yeah. So it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. But is there a solution to the gun problem? Well, because it seems to be escalating to me.
It starts with enforcing laws. If you want to stop crime, you enforce the laws for people that break the laws. So basically, if you want people to not break the laws, they have to see there's punishment for it. And if you want people to stop shooting people, give the police back their balls to do what they are supposed to do.
Thank you. But a lot of these shooters are between the ages of 18 and 25. So there's some kind of disconnect. And I'm thinking it goes much deeper than mental health, by the way. I keep on hearing mental health.
Yeah, they have mental health issues. And
anybody that's going to do that has a mental health problem, right? We can just say that.
What they do is these kids are very impressionable for what they're doing, and the thing is, if even for those that are doing it for a racist or political motivation, that stuff isn't just born with it. It's something that's driven into your head from a cultural perspective.
It's also called contagion.
Yeah.
Contagion is a very big word in the psychology field.
How about start holding the media accountable for the
Contagion. That's the media. The media. The more you put these guys out there, the more you put their names out there, the more we talk more about the villain than the victims.
Exactly.
In this case.
Yeah. How about, first of all, it should be illegal for any media to put a picture and a name of any mass shooter on
we don't need to see his face.
Stop that.
We know he's a demon.
Exactly.
We don't need to see it. Yeah.
Tarina says the 4th of July shooter wouldn't have been stopped even by the new reforms they are pushing. It's very true.
It's true.
Very, very true.
Very true.
All these shooters have serious mental problems, obviously. We need more mental institutions. Yes, we also just need jails. Or a gigantic hole in the ocean with some weights.
Well, and being in mental health, we have a mental health shortage in terms of people able to handle the crisis that we're in. You're talking about a pandemic on top of a pandemic. You're talking about mass. I called it. This is a perfect recipe for what we're seeing, which is family breakage. It's political stressors. You have health stressors. You have economic stressors. You have everything, and people are just stressed the F out.
Well, yeah, but let's roll. You mentioned something there. I want to capitalize on that. And you mentioned only back to the family piece.
Yeah,
this really does start at the family piece, because when you have a good, well-balanced family with good discipline, and you have good influences, and you have not just the mom and the dad and together there and working on that, but you have good family from the outside. You have grandparents,
taking the village,
uncles, and you have all the good friends and godparents all interjecting into. Somebody forgot to turn off the phone.
Oh, no, actually it's this.
Somebody forgot to turn off the phone.
Actually, it's
this. you have all those influences and good, positive, reinforced influences.
Yeah.
You're going to have someone come up with that feeling confident, that's going to understand right and wrong, that's going to have someone they can go to talk to. Even if they're feeling like, oh man, I messed up, I can't go to mom and dad. If they have a good uncle or they have a good influence, that's
a lot of these shooters, though, brother. I hear what you're saying, but a lot of these shooters are men, and we need to step up as men and mentor young men.
Exactly.
We need to get them before they get lost in there. And but we have, in some cases, and maybe this is my personal one, but we have sometimes the court system against men.
Oh yeah. Oh, it's not sometimes.
Yeah,
it's very heavily against
the court
men,
system is very heavily against men.
Yeah, it's discrimination.
Yeah, where men are called the partner or the sperm donor. And men, if you look at it statistically, with men, the absentee father causes a lot of problems for not just the boys, but also for the girls.
Well, exactly. They need to understand what a good man is. So the one is going to do, how to treat them right, how it's going to protect them. But the most important thing is that in most cases, the men tend to be the more disciplinarian type, where they expect rules to be followed and they enforce them through grounding or whatever it might be.
Yeah.
And whereas the mom's more the nurturer, the comforter, and so she tends to be more the one where
calling dad out and tell him, "You too harsh."
And dad's going, you too nice.
You too nice.
But bring out the woodshed back.
But I'm gonna say it. You need the yin and yang. You need both. You need both.
Balance.
It's a balance.
Exactly, and that's the problem, is that they're trying to dismantle what they call the nuclear family.
Yes.
But they're trying to dismantle. But that family is so critical.
Yeah. Thanks to BLM.
And
BLM is a big one on dismantling the nuclear family.
It's not just having that family, but it's being able to properly discipline your kids and not be so scared about what somebody on the internet might think. Discipline your kids. Was that Brandy?
Discipline your kids.
Was that a malfunction in my ear?
I know, but that was interesting. Ooh, discipline your kids. Well, you're treading on some thin ice there, because
that was Tony going, ooh.
Ooh, that was you?
That was me doing that.
I thought that was her.
Yes. No, you're getting there. No, I'm kind of old school, and I believe, know.
I bring back the woodshed, man. Bring back the woodshed.
How about this? Bring back accountability.
There you go. That's a woodshed.
That is a woodshed?
The woodshed.
Oh.
You know what the woodshed is, right?
No.
Boy, I'm going to take you out behind that woodshed there.
Yep.
And finish the line there.
And discipline you.
I agree, more mental health and attention, and stop glorifying these shooters and stop giving them publicity. Yep, that's what I said.
Stop giving them publicity.
Exactly.
But see, they interviewed a guy from the shooting, a nurse, as a matter of fact, a doctor who was on the scene at the 4th of July shooting. And what he did was, and bless his heart for being there and helping people, but he talked about how the bodies were eviscerated to to push the agenda of gun control, not necessarily going back to the human aspect of it. So you can, well, I saw it on CNN, so that'll tell you something too. But CNN definitely curved that. They purposely probably interviewed him not for what he saw, the trauma he went through, but what he's trying to say in the backstory.
Exactly. Well, the big thing is, like I said, I think it's accountability, it's discipline, and letting kids know there's consequences for your actions.
Absolutely.
And I think that'll solve a lot of the problem. But the media has gotten so soft, and they've made people so scared to enforce discipline in their own home because what's going to go online, or am I going to get called for child abuse or whatever else?
Right.
There's discipline. I'm not saying to beat your kids. I'm not saying don't beat your kids. You beat your kids, and you and I are going to dance.
Right.
But the thing is, there's
ways to discipline
exactly
that actually empower the kid.
And I'm sorry, despite people's thought process, spanking, an actual spanking in the right use cases is not beating your kids.
I look at spanking, and since we're gonna get into this, and we're two guys talking about this, which you don't find this very often, but when I did back in the day. Mm-hmm. Back in the day, I don't do it now because she's 12. But when I did back in the day, it was normally a talking to first, and then a honey, this is the end of that.
Spanking is a last resort.
Yeah, but it came. But I explained to her, this is not out of anger. This is, I want to get my point across. Exactly. And I want to appeal to the senses that you have. You feel, so I want to get to the senses. You feel how much what your actions have caused needs to be addressed.
Exactly. There's a point in when there's a sensory connection piece there.
There's a sensory connection piece.
Yeah, just like you have sensory connections with smell and things like that.
Yes.
But we're not here to get into psychosis of spanking and things like that. The whole
you just said psychosis. Should I hire you?
No.
You are psychosis. There's no psychosis in spanking.
You know what I mean? The psychology.
Okay. Anyway, the psychology.
I meant to say.
I was like, there's no psychosis.
Tomato, tomato.
Tomato. No, that's a big difference, y'all. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, well, that's because what you do. Bite me. I work on computers, not people.
But he's good with people. He's really good with people. His thing is love and respect. Love and respect.
But we were talking about the shooter, but really, we're trying to lead us into something called what we've deemed on the left as a snowflake.
Okay.
Snowflake.
What's a snowflake?
A snowflake. That's somebody who doesn't get their way and they whine about it.
How about this?
There's the biggest snowflake over.
Watch this. So do the Humpty Dumpty. Do Humpty Dumpty sat on the wall. Just do it.
Humpty Dumpty sat on a wall.
You know what? You know what that is? That's sexist. Why does he have to be a man? Go ahead.
Who said Humpty Dumpty was a...
No, keep going. Humpty Dumpty.
Who said Humpty Dumpty was a man?
Just keep going. Just keep going. Humpty Dumpty.
Humpty Dumpty had a great fall.
You know what? That's violent. Why are you being so violent? Gosh.
We're not talking anymore.
No, good. No, all the kings?
Yeah, wait, hold on quick. It says on here, never spank angry.
Oh,
I actually agree with that. I just want to point that out. That's a
very true. All the king horses.
Is that? I don't remember. There's
all the king's horses and all the king's men. Say it.
Why is that to be so sexist, man?
That's it. Or why is it be so racist? Okay, couldn't put Humpty Dumpty back together again. That's so sad. I'm so depressed.
He's so fat you couldn't put him back together.
Yes. That's a snowflake. You can't even give a nursery rhyme without them hitting every area of.
Yeah, well, a snowflake is someone who wants to complain about and finding problems and everything. There you go. There's another snowflake right there.
Yes, I just described you.
She's not something. She's just an idiot. She's just an idiot. And she's just a. Never mind.
Who is that? Oh, that's another snowflake. It's another snowflake.
Oh my God! Oh, did you see her get grilled the other day?
Yes, it was epic about Biden's web.
We actually have that video.
You have the video. Show it.
Hey, pop the video. I think it's number 1.
Watch her get grilled on this, guys.
Why is there a voicemail of the president talking to his son about his overseas business dealings if the president has said he's never spoken to his son about his overseas business dealings?
Boom. Roasted.
Well, first I'll say that what the president said stands. So If that's what the president said,
no, you
that is
didn't.
what stands.
You
and
didn't.
secondly,
New York Times article
but secondly,
concerning Hunter Biden's business dealings, and he says, "I think you're clear." How is that not him talking to his son about his
You
overseas
asked me all these
business?
questions.
Boom. Roasted.
we're not, from this podium, I am not going to talk about alleged materials from the laptop.
Are you disputing the president's voice on the voicemail?
I am not going to
second part
talk
of this.
about alleged materials on the laptop.
Are
It's
you
not
alleged, it's
happening.
physically there.
Not
Peter, I refer you to his son's representative.
Counsel.
Hey, but he's not asking about his son. He's asking about what the president
We
said.
have all heard it. The president likes to say, I will always level with you. He says it again and again. Moments ago, though, you seemed to dismiss Peter's question about his conversation with his son, Hunter Biden, with regards to his business dealings. And I'm wondering, how is that silence consistent with the president's promise to always level with the American public?
Boom. Roasted.
Because, in public, he says he hasn't discussed these business dealings. And then, at least according to the voicemail that's been obtained by the Daily Mail and the Washington Examiner, it certainly seems like he was seeking to do exactly that, have a conversation about these business dealings. Is he leveling with the American public on this?
Boom. Roasted.
Wow. Well.
What more do we have to say? The alleged laptop. There's physical evidence there.
Well, I will let the president's words stand.
Yeah.
And then she backpedals, and then she brings in the laptop and his son. Where did you brought up a good point? Where did his son come from?
He wasn't even asking about his son. He was asking about the statement of what the president had said.
That actually got me to think: does she know something that we don't know?
Yeah, we call her. She does.
I mean, she's so green. She's going to probably tell him if he would have pressed the issue, but she was pretty good at deflecting.
She was not good at deflecting.
Good.
Backpedaling with the best. Hey, at least she didn't circle back.
She didn't circle back, and she didn't stutter that much. Who am I talking to? I stutter.
You saw her turning the page. I'm thinking they're asking her a question. Is guarantee is not in that notebook, lady.
It's not in there. It's not. He hammered it home, and then someone followed up on it.
She turned to the page that says,
"Don't answer.
Stumble and give a stupid answer."
Give a stupid answer. Refer to his counsel. We weren't even asking about Hunter, but refer to Hunter. There she is again. You know what? How long is she going to last?
Yeah, I don't know. Hopefully not much
what is
longer.
any comments up
So
there?
that means she does. Let's see. Jim Moriarty said backpedaling with the best of them.
Yep.
And then Brandy says that means something a clue.
She doesn't have a clue what she is doing.
Yep, exactly. And it's just hilarious to watch that.
She doesn't. And that's what affirmative action gets us, guys. It gets us into a place where we can't perform.
Put the best people in the place for the job.
Thank you.
Not because someone might fill a quota.
Ooh, I said ooh, I didn't even see that. So you're on the right page.
That was me.
That was you?
That was me saying that.
Oh, well, good writing. Good throwing yourself on the screen there.
What are you talking about?
You just threw your writing on the screen there, but you voiced it. No, but that's true. That's true.
Exactly. And so it's like...
Get in there because you qualified.
When you came on to do this with me and we chose each other for host, I didn't go, oh, Tony's black. He'd be a great person for this. No, you're my best friend. We talk and you are excellent connection with me for a show. And that's why we did it, because we fit together.
Yep.
It's nothing, and we're nothing to do with anything else other than the fact that we're the right fit and we're capable of doing the job, right?
That's true.
That's Brandy. She's extremely capable of doing the job as a producer. It wasn't just because,
and her own show.
Hey, we need to really balance out Backwoods Brothers, so we got to get a woman on the show.
Yep.
Too.
Yes.
No, she's dang good at what she does. You see how she interacts with everybody and she gets it up there and and
it could be
switches around, throws a pig on there.
It could be any of us. Now, granted, we are a conversation piece though, because when people look at the logo, they're like, "What the heck? Guy with one eye and he's dark skinned.
Only got one eye. Joel's
had two. Jesse, get on that thing, girl.
Yeah, Jesse, we need
Jesse Fest.
We need the rest of our
Jesse Fest. Yeah.
Yes. I don't have a logo here to actually show anybody.
No, but you can get those on our website.
It's on our thumbnail.
And on our thumbnail as well. So there you go. But no, so it remains to be seen where she's going to go, and how long she's going to stay as spokesperson for the highest office in the land.
Well,
we'll see.
I don't know. She's at least she's not a giant snowflake.
She hadn't hit that yet. I mean, Jen did. Do you remember Jen when she was like crying because?
Yeah, Jen Psaki wasn't even a snowflake. She was just a banshee with on the wrong attitude in the wrong place. She would literally attack the journalists there in some cases.
What press secretary hasn't done that?
Oh, actually, fair enough. There has been some.
Sarah Huckabee Sanders was the closest.
Yeah, I would say that the Trump's press secretary. Yeah, she was also a banshee. She did a good job fighting them off too.
Yeah, she did. She came with her war paint on. She was like, "Bring it on!"
I guess that's part of the job. I had to accept that.
Yeah,
I think if you look all the way back, all of them kind of did that.
Yeah, you got to push back on the media.
I won't hold that against her.
See. I'm gonna throw her a bone, just a bone. No chicken on it though, but just a bone. Okay.
Chicken sounds kind of good right now.
Ooh. So what else we got? I know we got. Okay, so got another video. Show the video.
What? You haven't talked about the video
What's
yet.
the video?
Well, the video is we had a couple things on there. Screw it to show it.
We felt like we should go out and declare we're being invaded.
Republican officials from a group of Texas counties, many near the southern border, are declaring the migrant crisis an invasion.
I'm here to let you know that the invasion is real.
These Texas officials believe Article 4 of the Constitution, which says the U.S. shall protect each state against invasion, should require more federal assistance. They are also calling on state leaders to create declarations and take further action.
It is an invasion that is being pushed by the cartels into our country, and it must come to a stop.
The number of illegal immigrants and asylum seekers is hitting historic levels.
Yep.
U.S. Customs and Border Protection says there were nearly 240,000 encounters along the southwest land border in May, an all-time monthly high. A quarter of those migrants had at least one prior encounter during the past year. Still, some constitutional law experts believe that word, invasion, doesn't apply here.
I don't think a court would seriously consider expanding the term invasion to cover this.
We're probably never even going to get to a place where a court is actually going to parse out the constitutional text on this, because they're probably going to say that it's something that is for the political branches to decide.
Last month, at the Summit of the Americas, President Biden announced a regional migration agreement. The president of Mexico declined to attend the summit, but the White House says 20 countries signed on to strengthen legal immigration pathways, enforce borders, and crack down on human trafficking.
Unlawful migration is not acceptable, and we'll secure our
Close
borders,
your borders,
including through
jackass.
innovative coordinated actions with our regional partners.
Border encounters were drastically down during the early stages of the pandemic. But since President Biden took office in 2021, the average number of monthly encounters has more than tripled, according to CBP data.
You damn right that's an invasion. What else do you call it?
It's a nightmare. It needs to stop. It needs to stop.
Ones living near the border believe it's an issue that doesn't appear to be going away.
We want America to know that this is real. We're trying to protect our folks, and we're not ashamed to do that. We need to do it, but we need help.
See, I know what's going to happen, though. Some are looking at this clip. I'm not saying necessarily on our channel, but on others, and saying, oh, they're just a bunch of southern rednecks that just want to keep everything lily white.
It's only those are the people that are actually the only ones that they watch, just the mainstream media. But I was asking you about and people might have heard me asking this.
Clash of Clans?
Clash of Clans.
Yeah.
So on a Clash of Clans, there's these little traps. It's these little armies that invade your base, you build and stuff. But anyways, they have these little traps that are like springs in the ground. And then when you step on them, they spring you away.
Oh!
And so what we need to put all those on, line the border with those on the other side of the fence. Boing! So when they come over the fence, it just springs them like a catapult right back into the mix.
Well, but what do you think about the car? He drew an interesting. He did a juxtaposition. I can't say it right. Anyways, but he talked about the cartels using these people to literally put them in danger as well.
Yeah, it's the cartels. They don't have any respect for human life. They'll basically force these guys to go over. They'll promise them something, or They'll make deals with them to pay them and get them through their tunnels and get them over there. There's a lot of things that they'll do to get them to pack the drugs over.
The cartels are driving this.
Oh yeah, because it's a business thing. When
It's a
Biden,
business thing.
When Biden became president, those cartels went cha-ching.
Yes,
because they knew exactly what was going to happen.
Yeah,
and then they're going to press it, and they sit there on the other side of the border, and they taunt the border patrol. They literally taunt them. In front of cases, they take shots at them and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I've heard many stories from the border patrol when the cartel is sitting over there and they're opening up fire on them, and the border patrol can't fire back. So it's. I mean, what needs to happen is we need to get a strong leadership in there that's going to tell Mexico, hey, if the cartel's firing from your country into ours, and you're not doing anything to stop it, then we're going to consider that you're endorsing an act of war.
Endorsing an act of war. Did they ever
get Mexico to start patrolling the borders a little better?
There you go. Did they ever answer for the tragedy that happened with those 54 bodies in the back of the
no, that you
18-wheeler?
know, so that came on and it fell off the media.
It just fell off. It just fell off. It was almost like Biden, nothing to see here.
Exactly. It fell right off the things. You don't get to see a lot of information about that, but it was basically they're being trucked up, and then they were in a hot back of a truck,
which can get really hot.
Yeah, and they crammed him in there, and then the 54 died. And I think 12 went to the hospital. And yep, there you go. Biden did that.
Biden did that.
His policies did that. The thing is that's the thing that's wrong with politicians. They're never accountable to the actions that they take.
Mm-hmm.
If a politician had to be accountable, for example, like his policies are the ones that caused that, and he had to be accountable for the lives that were lost, I don't know, maybe be held in a court of law for those lives that were lost. Then, hey, guess what? I get you to make a lot of different choices in the end.
Right.
So, or like maybe the Congress was personally handed the bill for all this January 6th bull crap. I bet you if they had to physically pay the bill to be there, they probably wouldn't be doing this type of crap. They'd be doing a lot different. Yeah. Or hey, how about this one? In order for Congress to get a raise, it has to go to the vote of the people of the United States. Instead of they get to make their own decision on when they get a raise. Or how about when the government shuts down, they permanently lose that pay. They don't get paid during the time, and they permanently lose it. They don't get it back.
Yep.
Because like most other people do.
Mm-hmm.
So that's
would things change?
If they had to feel the consequences of their actions times 10, I bet you they'd make a lot of different actions.
Yeah.
But the fact is they don't.
Yeah.
And the worst thing that could happen is they might get voted out.
Mm-hmm.
But then that's ridiculous. That's absolutely ridiculous. And the American people, they have the ability to hide this from the American people because the American people don't want to do the work to research this, and so they take someone's word at it. That's why we always encourage everybody, one of our listeners, to don't listen to a thing we say.
Yeah.
Whatever's there. Yeah, term limits. That's exactly right, Trina.
Term limits.
Don't listen to anything we say. Please go do your own research.
Yep.
Get it from different news sources. We can give you our opinions. We're going to tell you some information. We're going to share our thoughts with you.
Mm-hmm.
But that's our thoughts, our opinions. Don't let your thoughts be our thoughts.
Mm-hmm.
Make your own thoughts and your own opinions. And if you think we're wrong, tell us.
Yeah.
Argue with us. Have a discussion with us.
I love how you say that because we don't ever think that you think that we are the bottleneck of all information. No way.
Definitely not the bottleneck.
Definitely not the bottleneck of.
Yeah. Yes. Brandy says second that term limits. Jim Moriarty says they could have gotten into the 18-wheeler once the truck closed into the USA. The driver jumped into the group, so he couldn't be identified.
Wow.
He's one of the 12, then that means.
He was one of the 12.
So they could have gotten into the 18-wheeler once. Yeah, I think that's what happened. I don't think they crossed the border with the 18. I think it picked them up.
Once they were.
Yeah, because they do a really good job checking the trucks when they come through and stuff. And they're not going to get people in through the trucks. They're X-rayed and everything else. What happens is they jump the fence, they swim across it, they go, in some cases, the fence isn't done, the border wall isn't done across the board, across the area. It's small, easy fences to cross or go under, or if it's through the cartels, they have, underground tunnels and things that they have. And so they could have taken any of those to get across and jumped in the truck.
Gotcha.
Or in some cases, you just see them walking across the Rio Grande.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
In droves.
So
I bet you if they filled the Rio Grande with piranhas and crocodiles, they'd probably cut a lot of things.
I wouldn't walk through there with even the thought that there was something in there.
And snakes. Yeah, this
Well, there's got to be snakes in there.
No, I'm just saying. The snakes tend to be on the side of the water. It's more like rattlers and stuff. They don't tend to go into the water.
And actually, with all of that traffic, they probably are not.
Yeah, they probably going.
They're gone.
But I would say put alligators, put some piranhas, throw some snakes, and just basically keep them all in that river. And just kind of put a little small fence. Basically a small fence that's this big so they can't get out. And like maybe a
you are mean.
And just leave. No. I'm talking about the piranhas and the snakes and the alligators. Then they can get out of the river area. And just basically put that on both sides of the river and just leave them all in there. So in order to get across, they have to cross all that. And they're gonna be like, I'm good.
I'm good. I'm not gonna cross no piranha infested waters.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. So yeah.
Or
do you think?
I know the perfect thing. And if they cross the border, make them have to listen to Kamala for 24 hours straight.
They'll be running south of the border, like Taco Bell on crack. Okay, run for the border. No, so I have to ask you, do you think that they're going to go, what do you see there?
And then they'll say, how inhumane are you by putting them in the river?
I see.
Yeah, creating new victimized status. Hey, like I said, I think what they do is to keep everybody away from the border is just repeat Kamala's speeches over and over on loudspeakers all up and down the border, and no one will want to be within listening distance.
Well, people will try to decode what she had to say.
And Joe Biden, they'll just mix both of them. Just listen.
So, do you think they're going to actually be able to term the border crossing and an invasion to get the federal support or the support that they need?
I don't think they're going to.
I don't think it's going to.
I
think it's a dead on arrival. I think they should.
And they might be able to get it termed from the state possibly, but if the state goes for it, then yeah. But I know that's only local counties. They might be able to get the state to do it. If the state goes for
probably
it,
the state.
They might be able to. The state can probably push for federal. But the thing is, what was I going to say? The federal government, I don't think is ever going to go for it. I think they're going to try to find a way to opt for it. And Brandy says, you got to love the Pop Squad especial. Especially these new cups y'all got. Yep, right here.
Advertising.
Yep, exactly. So we have some new stuff coming on. I'm actually working on a bunch more of about 6 of them I'm working on right now that'll be out here in the next couple of weeks.
Yeah.
And it's some new shirts, new cups. There's mouse pads. There's basically all sorts of cool little things out there. Hats, I think, are coming out too.
Cool stuff.
And so all those things are on the Pop Squad. The Pop Squad is basically for our pissed off patriots, people out there who just really want to let people know what they feel. You can join the Pop Squad simply by just grabbing a shirt, grabbing a cup, and let people know, hey, I'm part of the Pop Squad. I'm pissed off at the way things are going, and I support Backwoods Brothers.
Ooh.
So you can do that simply by going to our website on the merchandise area, and you can check out some of the stuff we have here.
Right now?
I started sounding like Biden at the end. I was like, you can turn it on.
Did you guys check out some of our memes that we've been displaying on Backwoods Brothers?
Yeah, let us know what you think about the memes that we've been putting on there. It's something we just do to kind of keep you guys entertained throughout the week. We put some stuff on there. But do us a favor, please make sure you like them and share them and get them out there because it really helps us out.
Yes, it does.
By getting exposure to the show.
It's so funny that I see so many people already doing that. Like, I mean, you could tell the popular ones. Mm-hmm. Yeah. There's some really good memes on there was the Biden with the Kamala and Chuck Schumer. Was it Chuck Schumer? Who was on the other side? Oh, Obama. It was Obama. And it was the meme that we just threw up there yesterday. So go check it out. It was pretty funny. Party at Joe's house. That's what it was.
What was I going to say? Oh, so do you want to give everybody a quick idea what we have coming up here? So we're going to be making a change coming in the near future. So yeah, we talked about it.
Do enlighten me. Yes, do enlighten me about this change, Joe Weisman.
It's going to click in his head.
I just like to talk about it as if I don't know it.
He does know though.
Yeah.
So we've been talking about actually shortening the show a little bit, going down to about 45 minutes, I think, usually. And then we're going to do a secondary show after that.
Yep.
And it's going to be involved.
Well, you're going to tell the viewers about this already?
Yeah.
Well, you cannot tell them about that without bringing down that.
What?
The flag over there.
Well, the flag's up there.
Yeah.
See, it's right there in the picture. I'm pointing to it.
Okay. Oh,
the
they can see.
Constitution.
All right.
But what we're going to do is we're actually going to be having we'll do our first show, then we're going to switch over to the second show, and it's going to be veterans. And so basically, Tony here is going to be our host.
Hello,
and
yours
then,
truly.
Yes, and then what we're going to do is we're going to have myself and 2 other veterans, and Tony's going to basically just have some questions for us each show, and he's going to kind of ask us, what are your thoughts about what happened in Afghanistan, or what about the shootings, or whatever it might be. He has some things.
Yeah.
And then we're just as veterans, we're just going to give our opinions back from a veteran standpoint, whether it be sharing some of our stories from where we served at in a war zone or in the military, or we're just going to chat amongst the 3 of us and have this talk about stories. And then basically he's running the show and we're talking about stories and answering the questions he asked for us.
You know what's unique about this show that's going to come up is it reminds me of my my relative's great grandfather was in Pearl Harbor at the time that the invasion happened, and he to this day won't talk about it until he gets into a space where he's with other veterans. That's when he talks about it.
Exactly. That's kind of the idea, is just to kind
So this is the uniqueness of the show, is that you're going to get to see guys who are civilians, an inside view of what veterans say to each other, but you wouldn't necessarily hear yourself.
Exactly. And
that's unique.
We're putting it together, so that's coming up in the near future. And then we are going to, in the near future, also have Mark Scholl coming on the show.
Woo!
Yep. And so hopefully within a few weeks here.
With his new cat?
I don't know. Maybe.
Mark and his cat.
Maybe bring his cat. Maybe
That's
bring
awesome.
Oksana with him. I don't know.
Yes.
And then we're going to have Terry Emmerich come onto the show here.
Terry.
Yep.
Yes.
And a while back, Lars Larson had gave us a commitment to want to come onto the show once we get our call-in feature working. And I'm hoping to get that working here in the next week or so.
Yes.
I'm working on it real hard. I have more time in my hands right now to do it, so I'm going to get it fixed and get us going. And we'll start having the ability for people to call in and communicate with them.
We will be having guests again because that's part of our show. It adds to the dynamic. Of course, Papa Sean's going to be back as another co-host, hopefully, on a couple of these shows.
Yeah, we'll bring him in to either way.
The Dynamic 3 guys.
Yeah. We'll bring him in for a guest or a co-host, or we'll want to take a break, and it's good
amigos.
stuff.
The 3 amigos.
Three amigos.
He's talking about the one that's going to take a break. Are you talking about taking a break? He's talking about taking a break.
I don't mind having a night off.
He did a show solo, so I think he wants me to do one solo. And Sis does one solo. I don't think I can keep you guys entertained for 45 minutes. Sorry. I can juggle. I can sing. Talk. I don't know.
I would actually like to see the juggling
It's
thing.
not easy.
She would say it's not
I want to
easy.
see you juggle.
You want to see me juggle?
Yeah. Can you juggle?
Give me those 2 bottles right there.
No, I'm not giving you the bottle.
Got myself out of it. Okay, anyway.
No, you didn't get yourself out of it. You're just not doing it on the show.
So those are coming up, and gosh.
Yeah, lots of stuff coming up, guys. So definitely tune in and let people know. But yeah, there's gonna be some really cool stuff coming up. Hey, and we haven't picked out a name yet for the veteran show, right?
No.
So should we see if the audience has any good ideas?
Absolutely.
So over the next week, let us know if you got any really good ideas for the veterans show, what to call it.
Start now. If you have a good idea, put it in the box.
Yeah, definitely. So cool.
Yeah.
So anyways, guys, if there's anybody else special you want to see on the show too, please let us know.
Absolutely. You guys have been asking about that.
Is one that came up. Veteran vulnerability.
Veteran vulnerability.
V squared.
V squared. Veteran vulnerability.
Yeah. Anyways, so yeah, that's one.
I'm glad someone. Yes.
So yeah, if there's anybody you would like us to bring on the show for a guest, I'll see if we can try to get them on. I doubt we're going to get somebody like the governor on. So if that's your recommendation, I don't think we're going to get there.
The governor currently that we have.
Yeah,
Kate Brown?
Kick-ass veterans? Yeah, I wouldn't want to get...
Oh, veterans or... What did you say?
No. If we want to get the governor on, I don't think it's going to work. I don't think she's going to come on, so don't make a recommendation like that.
I don't know if she's going to come on, but if she does, I welcome her.
Yeah, she's always welcome.
She's always
welcome, but I don't think she's going to come on.
Oh, I guess who we got a chance to meet this weekend?
Oh, who's that?
Ben West.
Oh, yes, Ben! My man, Ben!
Brother Ben!
With Ben West. That guy is awesome. He is just... He's just a realist on who he is.
Yeah.
So, and great guy.
Great vision.
Good head on his shoulders. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And I think he can
lots
do
of energy.
good things. So, Yeah, Ben was real cool.
Yeah.
So see, someone said veterans with unique perspectives and kick-ass veterans.
Ooh, got to be a Backwoods kick-ass badge.
So there's actually, I do got one name. By the way, just before we go, so I was reading some stuff on. I've been getting really into this these YouTube videos about they take you through bunkers and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And there was this.
Did you find Biden in one of them?
No.
God,
but
must not have been nice enough.
They take you to bunkers all over the world,
Uh-huh.
and apparently towards like their Cold War era, a lot of the European countries were actually building bunkers in their countries, and they were sticking soldiers like 180 people was in one bunker, soldiers, and they weren't like they were like a special branch of the military that most of the government didn't know about.
Uh-huh.
And what their job was basically was to hang out in these bunkers and hang out in these areas. And if the Russians ever invaded and took over and beat the military of that country, their job was basically to be like that last resistance that would basically go out and do like guerrilla warfare and be insurgents and to try to win their country back by just slowly picking off the military in that country and try to rebuild the military and rebuild the country. And they were like the last stance. Backwoods bunker buddies. Ooh, I like that one. But their job was basically to be that last and final stand. And I did some checking.
Backwoods bunkers, buddy. I'm still. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. My ADD just kicked in there.
Yeah, the name of the.
I was still there. Oh, you read it there. I was like,
I was
where did that come from?
I was reading it.
Look, y'all, I can't see. And he's talking to me about this. I'm like,
I'm
where
sorry.
Where the heck did that come from? You had way too much juice in that thing. Go ahead.
My squirrel moments keep kicking in.
That was awesome.
But yeah, so they have this really
got
cool
you.
stuff.
Got you.
But there's a name, and I'm trying to think of the name.
Backwoods bunkers, buddy.
No. There was a name that of what
Backwoods bunkers, buddy.
Not that one. But there was a name that the NATO had for these as well. Because like the one I was watching was like from Switzerland or something. It was like Project something is what they called it, Project 32 or something.
Yeah.
But this one, there's actually a name for it, and it's Operation starts with a G. Anyways, but the whole premise what I'm trying to say is we should talk more about that in the next show because that would be possibly a really cool name if we incorporated that in to the veteran show somehow.
Well, there's already a lot of comments on this, so I think
Secret Squirrel Project. That's what.
Secret Squirrel Project is what you were talking about.
No, that's actually what Jim said.
See, Jim.
That could be the name of the show.
Secret Squirrel Project.
Yeah.
I like it.
I like it.
I like it.
Yes, I actually like
but
it.
you know what? We have to get our producer in on this because
of course. She's actually gave us half of these name options on here.
Oh, okay. Well, in that case, there you go. There you go.
I got your 6. That's another one.
I got your 6. I like that. I got your 6.
Got your 6. I like that one.
Yeah, I like that one.
Okay, guys. Well, we got some really cool names on here coming in. Keep them coming in because we'll keep checking these back, and then we'll get one.
Backwoods bunkers, buddy.
Secret Squirrel Roadkill.
Secret. Backwoods Brothers bunker buddies.
That just sounds wrong. That could go
I thought if I say that long enough, you would say that. Backwoods Brothers bunkers, buddy.
Yeah.
Say that 10 times fast.
I'm just waiting for that the bunker to be not sound like bunker anymore. Backwoods Brothers got your 6.
Backwoods Brothers got you 6.
Anyways, hey guys,
That's
thank
awesome.
you so much for joining us tonight.
Yeah.
We talked about some snowflakes.
Yep.
We talked about
well, specifically what your celebrities are saying about the 4th of July being canceled.
Exactly.
Not going to happen.
Katy Perry on there. What's that?
Katy Perry.
one?
Fireworks.
Baby, you're a firework
Yes.
is a 10, but women in the U.S. got fewer rights than an actual sparkler.
Yeah, that was clever.
Yeah, by
That
the
was
way,
clever.
that's not clever.
Not clever
not
at
clever.
all.
Her and her
Stupid.
fireworks.
Anyways,
Sounds like a backwards promotion to me.
Ooh.
Backwards, not backwoods.
Hey, sis, are you going to talk about that tomorrow night on your show? I hope so. Rip them a new one.
I'm reviewing the What is a Woman documentary by Matt Walsh tomorrow night.
No
there you go, you guys.
way.
You guys know what's tomorrow. The what is a woman? That's the
gonna be good.
subject of Brandy's conversation tomorrow. Reviewing the documentary.
By the way, I don't know. I'm not a biologist. Sorry.
So we talked about
or a physicist.
We talked a little bit about the border going on.
Yep.
We talked about how apparently
invasion.
Apparently, people of color are being discriminated against by fireworks.
Yep. Yeah, I'm still trying to figure out that one.
Yeah, let me know if you figure that out.
You know, I do know.
I love they say in quotes scientists, but they never give any credit to the specific scientist because he doesn't want the credit for his stupid.
No, but I do know they discriminate a little bit because fireworks in the hood are normally priced higher, but that's because they were stolen, and the people who stole it for much more than they normally would. It's like, how come I'm paying $50 for 2 sprinklers?
I just say
because they jacked it from Bob.
If it's the hood, can they afford the?
They jacked it from Bob. No, they could.
Well, I'm saying, can they afford the? I thought it was just can of gasoline.
Don't get me in trouble. I could say more. I could say more on how they get it. Okay. Anyways, I'm gonna shut my mouth. My aunt used to say, "Shut your mouth." I'm shutting my mouth.
Shut your mouth when you're talking to me. Okay, guys. So thank you so much for joining us.
But there was one more.
What is that?
What else did we talk about? Oh, that's all. That's all. We're good.
What are you drinking in this thing, man?
It's Snapple. Promise.
Sure. Snapple, a little Hennessy.
With the
Hennessy whiskey.
No, we only say that's for certain politicians that come on the show.
Hey, Jeremy Freedom, I don't know if you're still on here, but thank you so much for joining us earlier. We saw your video. I shared it on Backwoods Brothers of you trying to drink a cup with a TENS unit attached to your arm.
It wasn't just a cup. Oh, it was a cup. It was just a cup.
It was a cup, yeah.
Yeah.
He's trying to drink it. He was having a hard time there.
Anyways,
awesome. Thank you so much for joining us tonight, guys. We babbled back and forth, and the technology kind of threw us off a little bit, but we got through it, I think.
Yes.
You guys hung in with us. We appreciate you so much. Watch tomorrow. Brandy's got a great show, but really, we got some good stuff coming up. It'll be a shorter show here in a few weeks once we kind of get the everything in place, and there'll be some really cool veteran stuff coming up for that.
I can't wait.
Yes, I'm so excited.
Fun.
Thank you, Tony, for joining me.
Thank you, Joel, for joining me.
Good to see you.
Good to see you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks, you guys. Have a good night. See you later.